Just south of Liverpool city centre, a creative quarter on the rise, a place of music, murals and musicians, Scouse to the core, with a brewery village, bars and venues, a fairy tale church, 7 construction projects including a Grade 2 mill under renovation, a place that gives you wings, a place of art, artistry and architecture, restored and futuristic, with a new station arriving. These are my impressions of Liverpool's Baltic Triangle. Looking from the Albert Dock, the northern tip of the Baltic Triangle is marked by the new residential tower under construction, 1 Park Lane. How long does it take to build a building? That varies, but here we can see progress over a period of 2 months. It's a project by Legacy Developments, 16 stories high, with a mix of apartments, some with views of the Albert Dock, and facilities for residents including gym, sauna, rooftop bar and more. Right next to it is the Grade 2 Heap's Mill renovation project, also being carried out by Legacy. It too will contain apartments and facilities including a swimming pool, spa, rooftop terrace and a museum. Work is ongoing and there's quite a long way to go before it's finished. I'll be keeping my eye on it. Let's go round the corner to my favourite pub in Liverpool. It's triangular, like the district it's named after. A traditional pub. It's the Baltic Fleet. That name Baltic is everywhere to be seen within the Baltic Triangle. We have the Baltic Yard, Baltic Express, Baltic Baghouse, Baltic Convenience, Baltic Market, Baltic Backyard, Baltic Hotel, Baltic Creative, Arts Bar Baltic, Air Baltic. Actually, no, Air Baltic is the airline based in Latvia on the Baltic. It has no connection with the Baltic Triangle. It flies to Manchester, not Liverpool. But the Baltic Triangle has historic connections with the Baltic region. Trading links go back many centuries. Wood was shipped to Liverpool from the region, as well as many other goods. The name of the people of Liverpool and their accent also originates in that part of the world. Labskaus is a dish popular in Hamburg and around the Baltic coast. It migrated to Liverpool via the sea and became Scouse, a meat stew. I had this one at the Walker Art Gallery. It was delicious. Another symbol of the Baltic connection is the Gustav Adolfs Kyrka, or the Scandinavian Seamen's Church. It was built in 1884 and it's a centre for people from the Nordic countries. That's Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Finland, Iceland and Greenland, my current dream holiday destination. And also the Baltic states, Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania. So that's Baltic, but why triangle? Well, the area is shaped roughly like a triangle, but there is a triangle within the Baltic Triangle, with a garden, a car park, and yet another smaller triangle, bordered by Jamaica Street and St James Street. Is that the original Baltic Triangle? We can see how old warehouses have been extended with newer buildings. The effect is pleasing. On the corner is the Baltic Hotel with its pink floral entrance, an older, restored building with floors added on the top. Number 2 Jamaica Street is covered in scaffolding, like so many others, for recladding and fireproofing. This is Baltic Yard, another apartment building. The new contrasts with the old, like this warehouse, now home to Funny Boys, where drag artists perform. I've seen them on Blundell Street, standing outside in their finery, taking a cigarette break. This colourful, cosmopolitan character is part of the attraction of the district, full of warehouses and industrial buildings from the past, including this one displaying the year 1916. Is there a connection with the Irish uprising? Probably not. Many are derelict and bear the names of long-forgotten businesses. Next door, a newer building bearing the name of a legendary Liverpool beer, Love Lane. The celebrated brewery, with its bar and kitchen, are on Bridgewater Street. It was bought out by the owners of Home Bargains, and you can buy cans of Love Lane in the store. Other quirky places to eat, drink and hang out include Hobo Kiosk, Duck and Swagger Free House, Pinot Picasso, Coffee and Fundisha, Baltic Creative, Camp and Furnace, the venue that helped set the regeneration of the area in motion. But there are plenty of traditional businesses here too, all part of the mix. Now let's look at a development I first covered back in 2022. It's The Vault by Torus Developments, just next to St Vincent de Paul Roman Catholic Church and the women's organisation 54 St James Street, in a striking building completed in 2011. Completion of the vault has been delayed by a long time, but things are finally heading towards completion. It's also been announced that a new residential development will soon commence construction on the site next door. The big warehouse on Greenland Street now contains the Studio School for 14 to 19-year-olds, one of many facilities focused on creative arts round here. Street names are a mark of a district's character and heritage. On Kitchen Street, well, there must have been a kitchen here. Then there's Blundell Street, Grayson Street, Watkinson Street, Bridgewater Street, Simpson Street. Now that reminds me of Liverpool musician and writer Paul Simpson and fellow Scouser musician Mick, who posed for a photograph in this doorway. There's Jordan Street, Norfolk Street, St James Street, Brick Street, Sparling Street, Greenland Street, my favourite, and Jamaica Street. What a great name to have in your postal address. The Baltic Triangle is the way it is today thanks to a visionary group of people who saw the potential of this once derelict area that was badly bombed in the war. There were proposals to set up the UK's first officially sanctioned red light district here, but these local activists had higher ambitions for the area. The Baltic Triangle is constantly changing, so all I can say is keep watching Aiden Eyewitness. I love the colours in this Beatles artwork. John, Paul and George look so cool, but what about Ringo? On Grafton Street, this mural commemorates a famous street with Beatles connections 173 miles to the southeast. Next to this black and white creation, the famous Liver bird wings are on Jamaica Street, a magnet for people taking selfies. A pussycat, a cartoon reference to Michelangelo, flowers and birds are among the many and varied examples of street art. This spot is reserved for changing artworks. And so we arrive at the southern end of the Baltic Triangle, where a magnificent brewery building has been turned into a bohemian-style destination with a heady and interesting mix of bars and clubs. It's Cains Brewery Village. The enormous red brick building has been retained, though it doesn't look like it's undergone much renovation. One of the most striking venues is Box Park, the food and entertainment venue, which opened on Friday the 19th of April 2024. It has industrial branding like the Hacienda in black and white, with loud Nigerian pop music echoing across Parliament Street in the Yoruba language. At the southern end of the triangle is One Baltic Square, a residential development that has had an extended construction period with one or two hiccups along the way, but many apartments are now occupied. Cains is just a short walk away, not far to stumble after a raucous night out. One Baltic Square has arched features and exterior brick-style cladding to match the surrounding industrial buildings. This is how it looked during construction. To the rear of One Baltic Square, I previously photographed these boards. They're gone now. 1 and 2 bedroom apartments. Liverpool's answer to New York living, say the graphics. Invest from £159,950 with 6% rental returns. I'm not sure if those figures are still valid today. Central Park, it's called. And here's how the site looked from the air in early June 2024. It will be interesting to see how it turns out. For me, one of the best looking new buildings in Liverpool is One Parliament Square, with its high-tech curves and rooftop pod. I'd love to see the view. Just across Parliament Street is the site of what will be a new station. It's going to be called Liverpool Baltic. CGIs of the project were released in May. Mayor Steve Rotherham is aiming to have the station up and running sooner than originally planned. So I'll now do my humorous station announcement. Your brand new station, Liverpool Baltic, is slightly delayed due to operational reasons, but it's on its way and will shortly be arriving in approximately 3 years. Sounds like a long time to wait, but some of the images in this video were taken back in 2021 and before. Time flies when you're having fun, as I do on my shoots in the city, but the script writing, research and editing takes more time and effort. Whatever happens, I plan to be there on the opening day of Liverpool Baltic Station, as I was when Headbolt Lane Station opened. So keep watching Aiden Eyewitness. Please like, subscribe, share and comment respectfully please. If you'd like to support my project in documenting the city, please go to www.buymeacoffee.com/Aiden Eyewitness. Link below. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und auf Wiedersehen in Liverpool.